everyone. Alright, let's go to my YouTube and Twitch. This is Very Mellow Man, and we're about to go into the end game.
Very well. My father used to tell me stories about the Black Marsh when I was young. He said evil magic killed everyone here. This was just before the rebellion. A great mystery at the time.
Well, it's not a mystery now.
True. The Orlesian usurper probably brought in the Baroness to replace local bands. I used to dream of coming to the Black Marsh and setting things right. Little boy dreams.
Every little boy has dreams.
You as well, then?
Of course not. I was amazed trapped in that giant tower.
If someone had
told
me I'd end up here,
Palace.
I would have laughed at them. But
I
times
don't
change.
agree.
When I was in Kirkwall, I thought I would return to Ferelden to take command of my father's garrison. Now, here I am. A Grey Warden and fighting both Darkspawn and demons. Interesting.
Oh, stick around. This happens all the time.
And the fun never ends, I suppose. Good to know. Anyway, the haunted marsh awaits.
So the reason we're here is to go for the Queen of the Black Marsh again. It didn't work the last time because, as you can clearly tell, I'm not using.
It's like the bones of this dragon was scattered by some animal, or
I'm not using S-Link Ravish 3 anymore.
You seem rather attached to that cat, Anders.
it's more that he's me. Isn't that right, Sir Pouncelot?
Isn't that name a little ridiculous?
What do you think I should call him? Frederick?
There are worse names, I suppose.
Get ready for a fierce boss fight. Except not. So what happened here is that S-Wings Ravish 3 sometimes encourages a bug where the spawns for all the bosses have their HP set to 1. And that's just the script that's just the issue that sometimes happens when you're using the mod properly. When the mod messes and is not compatible with stuff like Gaines fixes, like I discovered later on, boy, was it just giving me a bad time. Spellminder, Orchid Oblivious, Ruffian Pendant. You're restricted to a god-forsaken warrior. What's not restricted to a warrior is Earthbound. Anyway, I really just want to come here and show off the fact that, yeah, S-Link's Ravish 3 will not be used again for the remainder of the Let's Play, really. For the remainder of the last couple of content I have to play for this game.
What can I do for you, my friend? No harm done.
Mystic Negation, and alright, Repulsor Field, arcane field and investigation. Okay. Basically, the whole point of this is to make sure Anders is using all this stuff. The whole reason he has bonus willpower is to tell you to use your willpower.
As you say.
I owe you an apology.
Huh. Any specific reason, am I?
When I returned from the Free Marches, I was certain my family was destroyed for being on the wrong side of the war. But my father did it to himself. No conspiracies, just one stupid, selfish man. I should have known better.
I'm sure your father has a good side.
He did. Once. That doesn't excuse his actions. I was an idiot, and like a child I blamed you and the Wardens. And here you've even proven to be a friend of sorts. Or am I reading that wrong too?
Oh no, we are friends, buddy.
Good. You know, when you conscripted me, I would not have thought I'd end up liking it. Anyway, let's be on our way. I don't want to take up more of your time.
Alright, that's it. That's Nathaniel's Master Cunning. So, here's the armor set I'm using for the rest of the Let's Play. It's a mod armor set called The Wrath of My Fall. I'm sorry, it's called the Might of the Dalish. Yeah, basically, this is just lore-appropriate Arcane Warrior stats for the Dalish armor stuff in Awakening. And the reason I'm using it is because I'm also using mods to increase the number of armor weapon rune slots on them, so that I can get the most out of these rune slots possible. Finally, I removed the part in Dane's fixes that prevents me from stacking multiple poisons at the same time, because it's not fun. I am going to go all out and do this, so let's have fun here.
What can I do for you, my friend? No harm done.
Commander, many of the lords have gathered. The Darkspawn have fielded armies, and the nobles want to know how you will protect them. Shall I assemble them, or do you need more time to strategize?
Oh, we're going to war. Let's
I
do
will
this.
send messengers at once.
We've waited enough. Those who are late will just have to be filled in.
Lord Edelbrecht, this is the commander of the Greys Council, not yours.
I'm fearful for the villagers on the plains. There's a Darkspawn army in the field, and with the soldiers returning to the vigil.
Pull yourself together and ward their casualties.
This is no...
Commander! Commander!
What is it, girl?
A Darkspawn army is within sight of Amaranthine.
Make her protect us. They're attacking the city?
Some of the Vigil soldiers are still there. She won't fall easy.
Our forces cannot move quickly enough, but a small band might make it in time.
But that's... suicide.
We must try.
Well, I'll go. Who'll defend the vigil?
Fighting a horde of Darkspawn with almost certain death awaiting? Don't even think of leaving me here, Captain.
Who do you want to take with you, Commander?
Now, unfortunately, we can't, unfortunately, we cannot take our good buddy with us.
And here I thought I'd retire to the country with a plump wife and several nubile mistresses. I suppose it'll have to wait.
Who else will you bring?
Initially, I thought you were utterly mad to invite me to join your order. But redemption... a man could die for that, and feel good about it.
Who else will you bring?
We're not gonna bring anyone else.
And so it is decided.
Don't you go dying on me, Commander. That's the Legion's job.
I'll make sure the Vigil's ale supply is safe. Leave a few Darkspawn skulls for me to kick in, right?
If I ever had doubts of you, they are erased. Fight nobly, and if you die, die with honor.
May the wind be ever at your back, Commander.
The rest of us will stay here. Make her protect you and hold you close, Commander.
The reason why I bring 2 is so that I can make sure I get the right 2 I want. But, pretty sure it's the only way I can get Roland at this point. Alright. Amaranthine's under siege from Darkspawn. We have to save them. Wow, the disciples... even the disciples are here, not just more than one. All right.
Yes. Yes, of course.
First of all, comment. Then Shimmer Shield. then Spell Wisp, then Spell Might, then Arcane Shield, finally Rock Armor.
Please, Grey Warden, save my family. My family's in the city.
Please calm yourselves while I speak to the Warden Commander. Warden Commander. I am glad you arrived when you did, but I fear there is little that can be done now.
What happened, man?
A couple of nights ago, a swarm of gruesome creatures emerged from beneath the city. They spread pestilence and destroyed everything they touched. Then at dawn, the other Darkspawn attacked. Warden Commander, it's too late. Amaranthine is lost.
Those new beasts are called the Children.
Their corruption is so virulent. At least a quarter of the city succumbed within the first day.
Constable, there is a Darkspawn approaching. Alone.
Archers, take him down!
Peace. Do not be killing. Only talk. Architect has a message for Grey Warden.
Stand down, Constable.
As you wish, Commander.
I've been wanting to have an actual conversation with you disciples for a good while.
The Mother's army. It marches to Vigil's Keep. She attacks now. The Architect, he sends me to warn you. You must save the Keep, then finish the Mother in her lair.
Why are you sent to warn us, though?
The Architect wishes to have the Grey Warden's trust. He does not wish to see the Mother succeed.
If we leave now, we may be able to make it back to the Vigil in time to save it.
And what about the Darkspawn here?
Soon, they will go to Vigil's Keep as well. The Mother, she wants the Keep destroyed utterly.
The Darkspawn has a point. We cannot leave with this other army hot on our heels. The Constable says the city is lost. I say we destroy it, burn it, and all the Darkspawn within.
Oh, not give up on Amaranthine.
Warden
Not after
Commander,
literally all the
already
effort I
lost
put
Amaranthine.
into playing
We
this
can't
game to
lose
the finale.
Vigil as well.
But I have faith in the fortress I've built. I spent 150 plus sovereigns on that fortress. It will goddamn stand, damn you.
Commander, we can't save Amaranthine if it's already lost. We can still save the Vigil.
If we destroy this city, we're no better than the Darkspawn. The Commander is right. We have to try.
I don't want to see fire ravage these streets, but it may be our only chance.
Well, there's a chance we could save someone. Anyone. Listen to my rank 4 coercion.
It would take a miracle. I will follow your lead, Commander.
No, no. If you stay, the Mother will get what she wants.
You, 5 of us that'll show you mercy.
I will go. I will do as the Grey Warden bids.
Amaranthine, then. The Darkspawn are never disorganized on their own. Something must be leading them. If we eliminate the Darkspawn leadership, we can go about finding survivors.
Good luck to you. And Maker watch over us all.
What can I do for you, my friend?
Nothing, apparently.
No harm done.
Alright. Guess you have no scripts for this part of the game. Alright, whatever. Okay.
Watch out! Best be wary.
What can I do for you, my friend? No harm done.
Alright.
It's a fine thing we've done.
Okie doke. Yeah, I basically turned my,
We have done well. Most excellent. thought I was dead for sure.
All right. Nice. Yeah, we pretty much changed our entire build outright. This character is going to be more melee than mage at this point.
I shall do it.
All right.
Thank the Maker.
Oh my god. You have no idea how many times... This is the entire reason I got rid of Essling Ravage 3. It was just not allowing this quest to actually, like, progress, man. Didn't matter what I was doing. But I'm also pretty happy just the fact that everything else is working. Alright.
Warden Commander, we've received word of another wave of Darkspawn approaching the city. They will be here within a day.
Alright. Then we must prepare.
Most of the survivors are taking refuge in the Chantry. The militia has set up a base of operations there. You can rest and resupply there. In the meantime, my men and I will search for more survivors.
What can I do for you, my friend? No harm done.
I shall do it.
Warden Commander,
Okay.
come quickly. The Darkspawn are still breaking through.
Breaking through where?
The inn. They're coming from the inn somehow.
Oh, so that's the rub. Basically, for some reason, Constable Ayton never thought to get rid of the Smuggler Cove. Long after we took care of all the smugglers going in and out of Amaranthine, even though it's kind of a huge blind spot in the city's defenses. That's on him. Oh, I'm at the inn. Oh, it's taking rooms there.
What? Is that a joke? You can stop the Darkspawn, can't you?
Stand a chance you'll be safe here.
Make her bless you, Warden Commander.
Have you delivered your annual tithe to the Chantry, sir? You may be overdue.
This is why people do not like organized religion. This is like the last time to be trying that right now.
As you say.
Alright, you also have Glyceric the Weaponsmith here.
Very well.
To buy and sell stuff from if you really feel like it. The pile of books give me 3 tomes of each thing. And it really is only Glyceric the weaponsmith. We still have Dworkin stuff. Oh, by the way, yeah, I took a rank into poison making in order to, like, actually make this build work. Oh no, Anders got an acid. Okay. I never understand how Anders exactly is doing that.
Shall we?
All right. What's up? Man, you are just right, aren't you?
As you say.
Alright, what's up? Yeah, interrupted. What can you do now? Hand of winter.
It's a fine thing we've done.
Flips broomstick. Other stuff. Alright. This is why having Swift Style plus Haste pretty much was me. All right. Looks like you're just a mutant. Oh, no, it shows up. Okay. There's the armored ogre. Oh, right. There we go.
Commander, the Darkspawn are retreating.
Whew. How does the keep fare?
We haven't heard much, but what we have heard is not good. The Architect's messenger has given us directions to the Mother's lair. We must pursue her.
I will see her. You to her.
Commander, what should we do with the messenger?
Let him go.
It shall be as you say.
He helped.
Make her watch over you, Commander.
Armored ogres, and we also get the lampposts in winter. Alright. Vigilance.
We know where she hides now. We'll vanquish her in her own sanctum.
Okay, so you straight up either have dialogue for being an Amaranthine, or this is for the Go Save Vigil's Keep version of the ending. Let's prepare for a fight.
Yes, sir.
Sanctum maker for the Great Wardens.
That's right. Without us, none of you would be here. Also, there's an enchanter near Glycera. Alright. Basically, this is the apex of the Civil War. The Darkspawn Civil War. It's the Architect's Darkspawn racing to get to the lair of the Mother. Oh wow, Anders, you blew that thing up. Oh my god. So the Dragonbone Wastes are pretty much the final stretch. Oh, one thing I like about the Soulbound Earthbound set is straight that increases the damage of my poisons as well. Alright. Oh, sure, random high dragon fight. Just randomly have a high dragon out. Okay. Look how sick I look. Okay. So. The actual reason we're doing this is specifically so I can...
Yes.
Yes.
What can I do for you, my friend? No harm done.
Alright, I'll just bring Valana in here to give her some closure for a character arc.
What can I do for you, my friend? No harm done.
Alright.
I'm glad to see that you are well, sister.
Serani. Oh, thank Mythal you're still alive. What has the Architect done to you? Why are you with him?
The Architect is kind to me, and tender, and he has told me his plan. The Darkspawn are just like us. The Architect has freed them, and they search for a place in this world, just like the Dalish are searching. Everything he's done to help his people. You can respect that, can't you, sister?
They're monsters. They're not. Well, I just straight up. I actually agree with that. Talk some sense with her.
Serani, they killed our friends and so many others.
The truth is, I'm trying to figure out what the appropriate response to this would be because we're willing to let one
This
go.
is why I must help them. They are like children come into the world with no understanding of what is good and fair. They have a bestial nature, but I've seen them overcome it. They just need to be shown how.
Then Confessor can tell the others.
No, I have work to do. The Architect is waiting for me. And for you. He will explain everything. You will see, as I have seen.
No, don't go.
What can I do for you, my friend? No harm done.
Alright. Basically, the big plot twist here, most of the plot is told in piecemeal, much like how in Origins, the main story is technically the Blight, but because the Archdemon isn't able to communicate with us, we need Loghain to be a more personal human threat. What we're seeing now is resulting in
Most excellent.
okay. All right.
I shall do it.
The crystals of the Imperium, well, the main thing they're for is letting us operate this console.
It shall be done. Very well. I shall do it.
And activating these powers. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank God. This is the second big reason Ravage S3 was taken out of my game. No matter what I did, even using console commands, these Darkspawn here were invulnerable to all damage. Nothing I did make their health go down. Nothing. And it was impossible to actually finish the game.
It shall be done.
Okay. Alright. Now for the big meeting with the big man himself, the Architect.
And so we meet again. No, Uther. That is not how this must begin. I owe you an apology, Commander. When last we met, I intended to explain myself. Fate, however, intervened.
So explain yourself now.
I restrained you, only to prevent the misunderstanding that occurred with the rest of your order.
A misunderstanding? Did you not attack the Grey Wardens?
I sent the Withered to ask for the Grey Warden's help. I should have anticipated that you might view our approach as an attack. I am rarely able to judge how your kind will react. It was most unfortunate.
Unfortunate. You took those men and bled them dry, dude.
The Grey Wardens that were brought to me were already dead. I took their blood just as I took yours, because I had little choice. Things have not gone as I planned. I only ask that you hear me out. Should you still wish to slay me afterwards, you may try.
Okay, so Carol, we did meet one living Grey Warden down in the Silverite Mines, Keenan. I'm going to assume that he thought Keenan was dead as well, so that's why he made the assumption that that's what happened. Keenan was bleeding out, so he might have appeared dead to the other Wardens, or that he was going to die from injuries that the Darkspawn he sent couldn't help but give him. I don't think the Architect is trying to lie about this. So, fine, I'll hear you out.
My kind has ever been driven to seek out the old gods. This is our nature. When we find one, a blight is begun. Each time we attack your surface lands and you fight back until we are defeated. To break the cycle, my brethren must be freed of their compulsion. For that, I need Grey Warden blood. Hundreds of thousands of my kind are killed before each blight is ended. It is a plague on our race. We do not begin a blight because we crave power or destruction. We obey the call of the old gods without choice. In order to become what you are, you drink the blood of my kind. To transform. Similarly, we must transform. I have created a version of your joining that uses the blood of Grey Wardens. You take the taint into yourself. What we take is your resistance. That is how my brethren are freed. In your blood lies the key to their immunity against the call of the old gods.
I like my blood where it is, in my veins.
If this will stop the blight, isn't a bit of blood worth it? This is what my sister saw.
Once they are freed, the Darkspawn think for themselves. They speak, they act. Some, however, have reacted poorly. They are flawed and they rage against me. The Mother gathers them to stop me, as she seeks to stop you. I cannot defeat the Mother alone, and I cannot free the Darkspawn unless she is defeated. Our goals are the same.
This is what my sister saw. An ally amongst the Darkspawn. This is an opportunity we cannot pass up.
Help me kill the Mother, and after it is done, I will leave to continue my work. I thought it little different from your Order's use of Darkspawn blood. We both do what we must in response to the Blight. The first blood came from Uther, freely given. She was a Grey Warden, as you are, and joined us many years ago. My most flawed creation. Freedom drove her mad, and she has poisoned the minds of the others. She has influence with the ones who have not been freed, and she gathers them as an army. I do not seek to rule, my brethren. I only seek to release them from their chains. I was born as I am, an outsider amongst my kind. Why? I do not know. Why do some of your kind become Grey Wardens? Why do some possess magic? I have no answers. And how would they know when the choice has been deprived of them? Without choice, there is only one path before them, and that leads to the Blight. I believe there is another way.
What if he's wrong? What if this doesn't stop the Blight, but makes something worse?
This is the right thing to do. Sarani believed it, and I do too.
Thank you, Commander. I realize what a leap of faith this is for you. I hope that I prove worthy of your trust. The Mother lies ahead, Warden. I cannot approach her physically. Her children protect her from my power. But when you reach her, I will do whatever I can to help you. You have my promise.
I hope he keeps his word. So he says. How do you know he's not lying? In any case, there's no point in doubting now. I'm behind you, Commander. Let's press forward. What can I do for you, my friend? No harm.
Yes. Yes.
I shall do it. It is begun. Very well. As you say.
Oh, wow. Was my thing just disconnected the whole time? Wow. Well, that sucks. Okay, so like I was saying, basically, the architects bring up the detail that the Darkspawn don't have any control of themselves. It's the song for the old gods they hear through the taint recontextualizes the entire idea of the Darkspawn as zombies for you to kill into tragic victims who really don't have any control of their actions any longer, but are very much aware of what they are doing. It sucks. I like that the Architect and the Mother are basically just Loghain and the Archdemon in terms of a character dynamic again. The mindless destroying monster versus the more nuanced but still antagonistic foe. And the reason I side with the Architect is because I already sided with Avernus for more or less the same reason. Use Grey Wardens in order to help future Grey Wardens who are still living. Okay.
Now the pieces fall into place. The Grey Warden comes, the instrument of the Father. Oh, and the Father, he is but a shadow. Oh, how my children protect me. How they love me.
I have told you many times, Mother. I am not the Father. I am simply the Architect.
It does not change what you are. You took away that beautiful music. Left us with nothing.
It was a mistake to free you. It has left you with madness. I am truly sorry.
The Architect intends to free the Darkspawn. I trust him.
But perhaps the Warden would like to hear how it was that the Father began the Blight.
What the heck?
You want the source
What?
of the Archdemon? The one who brought all our kind to the surface? Here he is!
Ouch. Score one for the Mother, huh?
Ah, there it is then. Unfortunate. I did find the old god Athemiel, but I did not wish another blight. I attempted my joining ritual. My hope was that this would free all Darkspawn, unravel the curse from its source. Alas, I was unlucky.
Yeah, I get that this is the her last gambit, but honestly, it's not gonna do anything.
However you feel about what I have done, the Mother is mad. She cannot be allowed to...
Begone, Shadow! You can harm the Mother any more than you already have. And now the hero is alone. Oh, the Mother knows your ways. You will not let her be, no, not after what she's done. So it must end. It all must come crashing down!
She's vile and evil.
Song again when we die. Oh,
But yeah, I'm alright.
let it come.
I'm alright. I like this right now. Alright, here we go. Architect's Fire. Ah, Quizzo. Oh crap. Oh, we're done for.
Get out of here!
Alright.
Ah, this won't hurt a bit.
Woo! Alright, setting everything in area. Woo! Oh no. Alright. I admittedly thought I'd have to force a reset there, but the architect gave us the ability to revive ourselves. Good fight.
Yeah! We're a mage! Take this! Burn! And get electrocuted too!
After the death of the remaining Darkspawn forces scattered and fled back into Deep Roads. The race on Amaranthine came to an abrupt end. The architect apparently kept his word, gathering his remaining disciples to follow the rest of their kind back underground. Many Wardens were appalled to hear the architect's continued existence, but others were pleased at the prospect of their allying the Deep Roads. The issue became a point of contention within the Wardens. Some within the Order have claimed that the architect's survival guarantees in their blight, and yet the Deep Roads have lately been quiet and ain't can recall. Most have assignedly decided that this is now in the Maker's hands. Word of the Grey Warden's heroic salvation of Amaranthine spread like wildfire. When the magnitude of the losses at Vigil's Keep came to light, Sympathy drove generous donations from all over Ferelden into the region's coffers. Amaranthine restored to former glory within the year Vigil's Keep is in 5. Because of the Warden's support for the law and order, Amaranthine, Constable Aiden and his men were able to distribute the smugglers' goods to the battered survivors in the grueling days that followed the Darkspawn defeat. The Darkspawn Minister, set free after joining the Wardens in the Battle of Amaranthine, struck out on his own. The city soon buzzed with stories of a cloaked but lisping figure who aided travelers in danger. At the same time, reports of isolated cases of the Darkspawn disease emerged. No one connected the two. Yeah, that's the rub. They mean well, but they need to really stay in the Deep Roads or around Grey Wardens. Although the war devastated many farms in Arling, all agreed the loss of been far greater without the soldiers' protection. The farmers developed a certain reverence for the Warden Commander, as well as the ongoing reliance of the Grey Wardens for order and protection. Dirk, one of the pranksters behind the Blight Orphans scam, was fortunate enough to survive the Battle of Amaranthine. The unconditional generosity of the Blight Orphans' mysterious benefactor inspired him to establish a legitimate charity dedicated to children orphaned in the attack. His sweetheart, Melisse, eventually bore him to rascals. Oh, well, okay, happy ending for you. I forgot all about that. No experience for those, but he gets a happy ending. Vigil's Keep stood alone against the Horde of Darkspawn. The Mother's forces outnumbered the Vigil's defenders many times over. But the sturdy dwarven walls proved impervious to any boulder an ogre could throw. The Vigil soldiers each felled a dozen Darkspawn before they died. The Vigil held one night, then two, then a week, and eventually the attacking Horde broke upon her walls. The Keep developed an almost mythical reputation, the few survivors immortalized in song and legend. The Vigil became a trading hub that would eventually eclipse the city of Amaranthine, with traders reassured by guards continually patrolling the pilgrim's path. But prosperity bred scheming and treachery between the merchants and nobles, causing trouble and irritation for the Wardens for years to come. Peace allowed the Wardens to replenish their numbers. Soon, Vigil's Keep bore a capable army with Wardens at its core. From their ranks emerged new heroes to challenge the threats of Amaranthine and all Ferelden. Through taxes and levies, the Vigil was built. Years later, Volger Glevenok stood on the balance and pronounced that the defenses were acceptable. He would never speak more highly of any human engineering. Dark whispers of conspiracy against the Wardens fell silent after a rash of actions and disappearances culminated in the apparent suicide of the band as morale. The nobles of Amaranthine remained dutiful, some even suggested their cowardice admission. Alec, the sheep herder turned thief turned soldier, not only survived the attack on Vigil's Keep, but managed to distinguish himself during it. His fellow survivors began to call him Sir Alec the Valiant, much to his embarrassment and perhaps just a little bit of pride. The commander's blade vigilance, crafted from the bones of an ancient dragon, was boldly stolen by Entiv and Gross. The blade changed hands many times thereafter, with some master swordsmen pursuing the weapon their entire lives. Some claim this legendary blade has had a life of its own, and that its power is steadily growing. Dwarven Glevenot further refined his learning of Sanic sources, but left the Warden employee after Kunari mercenaries tried to assassinate him. Although the Dwarven Bombardier took his secrets with him, they learned The learned say he left clues for others to follow in his footsteps. The vigilant soldiers, wearing the distinctive silverized armor that Master Wade crafted, came to be known as the Silver Order. Under the tutelage of the Wardens, the Silver Order developed into a force reckoned with, a lasting memory of the Vigil's famous commander. With Valana and the Architect gone from the region, the Pilgrim's Path began to see traffic again. The massacre of the militiamen and the merchants, however, led to hostilities between the neighboring human settlements and a Dalish clan that passed by. Hostilities peaked when a human villager kidnapped and killed one of the elves. The clans reacted by giving the Winding Woods a wide berth, but the humans whispered that the Dalish would return for revenge someday. For years after Kyle Hall was empty of Darkspawn, Orzammar began saying expeditions were discovered the knowledge of smithing that had been lost from the tide. Eventually, House Helmi decided that Kal Horror was too important to be abandoned. As the tremendous cost of dwarven lives had cleared the tunnels leading to Kal Horror of all Darkspawn, making the road between Orzammar and the fortress safe again. Kal Horror was acclaimed for Orzammar once for all. As promised, Voltric and Dwarf came present Orzamar's shaper with the stone marker that told how Kal Horror's casters had taken arms against the Darkspawn. The commander of the Grey was invited to Orzammar as a guest of honor as a feast commemorating the defenders of Kal Horror. The shaper read the names of the casters off the marker, then presided over a ceremony to turn to the stone as befitted warriors of their stature. Until then, Arlen began to forget the tales of apparitions in the Black Marsh and ever so slowly settled drifting into the region. Scholars said the veil was still thin, thus the area still dangerous, but people only care that there are no longer frightened whispers in the shadows. The village was slowly built. Twice the Baroness's mansion was built and occupied, once by a wealthy merchant and another time by an Orlesian mage. Both died mysteriously, and afterwards the mansion was torn down and the site left untouched. With the Wardens still desperate new recruits, the Templars saw the opportunity to keep Anders in line. They sent one of their own, a man named Roland, to undertake the joining under the condition to accompany Anders on his assignments. The pressure of one commander to accept this agreement eventually became insurmountable. One day, a squad that included both Anders and Roland failed to return to the vigil. All of them were eventually found, with the exception of Anders, dead, burned and dismembered. If Anders intended to explain himself to his friend, the one commander, or left word he went, that information never made its way to the Templars in charge of finding him. When the walls of Vigil's Keep were breached, the surviving defenders watched the horse and the stone collapse upon Valana. With the rebel clear, however, there was nobody. Valana was just gone. She gets that if she's not taken with to the party. Over the next years, Nathaniel dedicated himself to the order and to clearing the blemishes of his family's name. After saving Terran Fergus Grusling from a band attack, a portion of Amaranthine was returned to the house. In order to accept the Terran's gift himself due to his status as a warden, Nathaniel passed the holdings to Delilah's son, and when a new castle was eventually built there, the statue of Nathaniel was erected in his courtyard. Nice. Justice fought valiantly at the battle for Vigil's Keep, but before the victory horn sounded, a Darkspawn sword removed Kristoff's head. Where the spirit went, if it remains in this world at all, is currently a mystery. At the least, Kristoff's wife Aura was unable to claim her husband's ashes. It was Sigrun that the charge against Darkspawn when Vigil's Keep was attacked. Once again, she had an army behind her, and once again, they fought Darkspawn with no hope of survival. This time, Sigrun did not flee. That's it for her. Vigil's Keep Ogren rallied the last man defense of the gate, taking on two ogres simultaneously allowed us time to regain the courtyard. He eventually passed out from blood loss, and when he woke days later, nobody was more surprised than he discovered he had been credited a hero. Ogren continued to regale young warden recruits with tales of his prowess in both battle and bed. His drinking games prompted at least one recruit to declare that she'd rather be tempted to join than lift in her mug. After one commander's urging, Ogren took a more active role in his child's life. He visited Felsi often and wrote letters, which the one commander graciously proofread nearly every week. As for the savior for Weldon, he only remained the commander of the grave for a few years longer. The Darkspawn was no longer a pressing concern, the blight well and truly over. He soon found other matters that needed his attention. Some claimed that the commander traveled across Thedas once all was done, chasing after dark-haired sorcerers who had fought alongside him during the Blight. Whether he found or not, the day came when he disappeared and never returned to the Vigil's Keep. Nevertheless, his tale is likely far from complete. That is Awakening, everybody. Next up, the Golems of Amarok.